In the newest mini box, we also got some INFINITRACK support, even though we can't really play a fully free-to-play INFINITRACK deck according to my standards, because for my standards, we need 2 mini boxes or 1 main box for it to be considered free-to-play. That's just how the standard in the channel goes. But we can't really do that for INFINITRACKs because the best INFINITRACK starters like Anchor Drill, Harvester, and Heavy Forward, which searches the INFINITRACK monsters, they come from another mini box, which is Phantom of Rebellion. That's why instead I built a budget version which uses 4 mini boxes instead. So 3 Phantom of Rebellions, which is from earlier in the year, and 1 of the newest mini box, which has the Xyz and Link INFINITRACK monsters. Both are really important in the deck, so you will have to buy both boxes if you want to play INFINITRACKs. So how the deck works is that this deck aims to make Earth Machine Xyz monsters, particularly their own INFINITRACK monsters, because they have an effect which allows them to, when they are in the graveyard, you can tribute 1 machine type of Link monster and special summon itself in defense position. So you might be thinking, well, that isn't very helpful because they don't have Xyz material, so they can't detach it for anything. Well, if we look at the Link 1 monster in INFINITRACK Goliath, it is a Link 1 using any one non-Link INFINITRACK monster, which includes every single main deck INFINITRACKs or even the Xyz monsters. And if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 Xyz monster you control and attach this card to it as a material. And also, if it's attached to a monster, it cannot be destroyed by card effects. So what that means is, as long as you summoned any of the Xyz monsters at least once, and they end up in the graveyard, you can always just normal summon any of the INFINITRACK monsters, make the Link 1, and then use the graveyard effect to tribute the Link 1, special summon this card, and then the Link 1 will attach itself back to the Xyz monster. So it will always have at least 1 material. So that's how that works. That's why we're only playing 3 Xyz monsters, and the deck still works perfectly fine because the Xyz monsters keep reviving itself. And with a material. So the best start in the deck is Harvester. When it is normal or special summoned, you can add an INFINITRACK monster from your deck to your hand. So the card you will be adding is the level 5 INFINITRACK monsters, which we will go over later. And Heavy Forward is a continuous spell which adds any INFINITRACK monster, and most of the time you will either add Harvester or add Anchor Drill. Anchor Drill lets you special summon an INFINITRACK or just any Earth Machine monster from your hand. So it allows you to have 2 monsters for your Xyz summon. And then both Anchor Drill and Harvester has the effect to modify its level as well as 1 other monster to the combined original levels of those 2 monsters. So for example, if you have both a Harvester and a level 5 INFINITRACK like Trencher, you can target Trencher and both of them will be level 7 because 5 plus 2 is 7. So this will be your main way to make your Xyz monsters because it is level 2 and it's level 4. So when you combine with a level 5 monster, you get level 7 and you get level 9. So the level 5 INFINITRACKs all have the effect to special summon itself by tributing an Earth Machine type monster. And for a Trencher, you can banish this card from a graveyard and revive a level 5 or lower INFINITRACK monster. For Crab Crane, you can search out Trigger Extension, and for Drag Shovel, you can search Spin Turn. So what do those 2 cards do? Out Trigger Extension is a card that says your opponent cannot target machine type Xyz monsters with card effects. So if you have both Extension and an attached Goliath in your Xyz monster, it cannot be destroyed by card effects and cannot be targeted. So it's a really good protection effect. And also once per turn, you can target 1 INFINITRACK Xyz monster and special summon another machine monster using itself as target that has 2 more ranks in it. So it's a rank up spell that ranks up your INFINITRACK monsters. And yeah, it also has a lock effect. When you use this effect, you cannot special summon other monsters other than Earth Machine. And Spin Turn is our main searchable disruption. You can change the battle position of one of your Earth Machine Xyz monsters. If you turn it from attack to defense, you can destroy a monster. And if you turn from defense to attack, you pop a spell or trap. And for the other staples, we are playing Pulse Mines because all of our monsters are machine. You play one single copy of Econ, and also just Magic Deflector. This is a pretty good staple trap to negate any spells that isn't a normal spell or a ritual spell. And the extra deck, we are just playing one single copy of each Xyz monsters because they can revive themselves. We're playing Triple Goliath because we need this card to attach itself as a material to our Xyz monsters so we can actually use their effects. And then we can just play some other generic links like Mrs. Radiant and Pentastag. And for our skill, we're playing a very, very special skill that allows us to use a 1-card combo with Harvester, which is 11th Builder. This skill allows us to shuffle 2 cards from our hand back to the deck to summon 11th Wall to our field. And it is level 5, which is very important because if we normal summon Harvester, and then we search any of the level 5 INFINITRACKs, preferably you will probably want to get Drag Shovel because it also searches Spin Turn, which is of Disruption. And then you can just summon the level 5 and then use your skill. So you have 2 level 5s, which you can overlay into River Stormer, and then it can get your entire combo going. And also one thing to note is Spin Turn is not once per turn. It has no once per turn restrictions on any of their effects, so if we have multiple, we can use multiple. So that's how the deck goes. Even though this isn't necessarily a free-to-play deck using my channel standards, I will still post this deck on duellinksfreetoplay.com, which the link is in the description. No, actually, we might make the level 7 one. Make the rank 7 one, and then you use the continuous spell to make it rank 9. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so let's summon our Anchor Drill, and then Anchor Drill uses effect to summon the Harvester. We can make it on defense because it forces it on defense. Okay, we search the one that grabs the continuous spell, and then we Crab King, we tribute the level 4 one, and then you can banish one machine type monster, so we'll do that. We'll banish the Anchor Drill, and then we search the continuous spell, and then we summon the Trencher. So we have follow up. We'll summon this here, and then we will use the effect of Harvester. And then we will Xyz summon Mountain Smasher. We'll summon it not in our EMZ because we need our EMZ for linked monsters. And then I will not use the effect of rank 7, instead we will use the effect of our continuous spell and rank 9 on top. So let's do that. Rank 9. And the good thing about using the rank 7 to make the rank 9 is that it has 1 extra material. So we can pop 3 cards, which our opponent has exactly 3 cards for us to pop. So let's detach, and then pop, and pop. Boom. And then, what we can do now is use the effect of Trencher to summon a monster on defense. It doesn't negate the effects. I don't think it matters. It doesn't negate, but Harvester has a hard once per turn. But why am I summoning it back? It's because now I can make it alive. And then Goliath. And the reason why I'm making Goliath is that we have an Xyz monster in our graveyard, which means we can tribute our Link monster and bring it back. I guess our friend surrenders, okay. Okay, I guess. But yeah, you can see how the combo goes. And this time we are actually going first, and we have our starter. Okay, so here we can actually show you guys how the one card combo goes. So now let's search Harvester. And then we can normal summon Harvester. And then you might be thinking, hey, we only have one single monster. How are we going to make our Xyz monsters? Well, the solution is quite simple. So let's see, we'll get Trencher. And then we will summon Trencher. Which is one monster. But that isn't two monsters, but as you can see, there's one shiny little yellow button on the top right corner, which allows us to do just that. Make another level 5 monster. And when you look at that, we have two level 5 monsters, which means here comes INFINITRACK River Stormer. We'll actually summon this in attack position, because we can use our spin turn. And then River Stormer can detach. And then we can search just basically anything. Just search the yeah, search the Crab King. And then let's just set spin turn and end turn. And yeah, Heavy Forward also has another effect to attach this card to another machine Xyz monster when it runs out of material. So okay, our opponent is playing Witchcrafters. They will be summoning a bunch of Witchcrafter monsters. We'll just wait for the big Witchcrafter and then we'll just pop it with Spin 10. Oh, he's ending turn. Okay, well actually, about one thing about Witchcrafters is that their monsters' quick effects only active during the main phase, so it's now the end phase, which means we can just pop it and nothing bad will happen. Yep, we will use the pop effect. Select, pop. And now he has absolutely nothing left, which is amazing for us. So let's just actually turn this to attack. And then we can do whatever we want now. We can Trencher, Harvester, search a card. We can actually search Anchor Duel for this one. And then River Stormer effect. Let's search another card. We're just comboing off at this point. Yeah, you can just search whatever you want. We can add this to our hand. And then we can even make a link. We can make a link too, just because we can. And then we can summon Anchor Drill. At this point, we have already won anyway. Crab King. And then use the effect of Crab Cane, we'll banish the Harvester. And then we'll get the Outback extension. And then use the effect of Drag Shovel, tributing the level 5. Using the effect again, banishing non-editing Crab Cane, and then we search the Disruption. It all comes together. And then what we can do is use the effect of Anchor Drill, targeting our Drag Shovel, and then we can make our rank 9 monster. Boom. And look at that, we now have a lethal. We just set 2 cards. We'll set our Magic Deflector as well, and then we'll just attack, and then we'll win. There we go. Even with our opponent's extra 1000 life points, we still have enough for a lethal. It's that simple as that.